Hey sis, I'm Ashley Good, a brand strategist that helps women like you create a business doing what they love so they can finally leave their 9-to-5 and live a life that they've always dreamed of. If you have a purpose and are ready to put it into action, you're in the right place. I'm here to provide you with business and marketing tips to guide you in your transition from employee to full-time boss. If you're ready to stop playing small and start thriving as a full-time entrepreneur, let's go. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited with some new content for today. Y'all like my hair though? I got my hair blown out the other day. Well, no, last week. And your girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. Now I'm on week 2, so it's not really as, silky. It was like a silk press, so it's not as silky as it was before, so I'm trying to keep it up. But yes, I'm so excited. But whatever, side note. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about free tools to help manage and organize your business. Shout out to, I forget her name, but a young lady on Instagram. I put out a survey on Instagram asking what kind of content y'all wanted to see, and she specifically requested this one. So I've come up with 15 free tools to help you manage and organize your business. These are tools that I actually use myself, so I'm going to give you the free version, and then some of the apps I actually use the updated version, and I could also let you know the benefits of that as well. So let's get into it. Of course, I have my handy dandy laptop, so if you see me looking to the left, it's because I wrote down all 15 because I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. But the first one is Canva. Canva is the GOAT of like marketing and branding. For any of you that are new to just like branding and marketing, this is also great for like solopreneurs or people who don't want to work with graphic designers or can't afford to. Canva is a platform that allows you to design your own templates, they have templates to design your own Instagram story, your Instagram photos or Instagram graphics, as well as Facebook, YouTube. So anything that you need, from a presentation to Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, books, ebooks, Canva has it. Like, honestly, like, it's so easy. It is free. Some of the benefits that you get if you do upgrade, you get more access to like more images, more templates, as well as there's a feature called a brand kit where you can upload your brand font, logo, and colors, so it makes it easier. So when you do design things, you can just drop your colors in there. Me specifically, I did upgrade to Pro. Pro is really, I think right now, $10 a month, because we are around the holidays. I know they usually do like a special, so I would definitely like take advantage of that, because I think if you're an entrepreneur like me and you do design a lot of your stuff, you don't need any experience in design. Honestly, I'm a self-taught brand designer, and this is good for anybody who's starting out, who's a vet, who just likes to be hands-on with their brand. This is something I recommend actually starting free, trying it out. But later on down the line, I would definitely invest in doing Pro, because it gives you access to more templates, also stock photos, so you don't have to go on other websites to get your pictures, as well as just other fonts and colors that you're able to use. So I think it's awesome. You can personalize and customize your graphics to your branding to make your Instagram and your branding in general just pop. The second tool is Zoom. All of us are familiar with Zoom at this point, because during the pandemic, Zoom was very popular from just working from home, doing meetings. I used Zoom a lot before the pandemic happened, because I used it for one-on-one meetings with clients, as well as just coaching programs and things like that. So Zoom is definitely great for just virtual meetings. The beautiful thing about it is that you can record the meetings. Also, if you do host like a webinar, there's a chat box for you to interact with your audience, or if your audience is within your webinar, you can give them access to speak to you directly using their camera, which I absolutely love. So I do use the free version before I did pay for the upgraded version. I don't remember how much it was. I only used it because I was recording a docu-series interviewing people over Zoom, and it just gave me more space to record longer than 45 minutes, which I think is like the general free length that you can use the meeting room for. But if you do feel like, you do need those longer periods past an hour, I would say upgrade. But it's definitely a platform to use for meetings, webinars, if you want to do interviews, anything like that, consultations. Perfect platform and very easy to use. The third one is Mailchimp. Mailchimp is an email marketing service, basically a website. Also, you can use it as an app, which pretty much you use to send out e-blasts, campaigns, anything that you need to do to create email marketing to your audience. It is free for me specifically. I do use the free one because it's just easy. It has what I need. I'm not to the space where I need to upgrade right now. The free space really just gives you the room to, I think it's a certain amount of subscribers, between like 1 and 1,000 or something like that, and I'm not there yet with my email list. So it is a great platform to use starting out in your business. If you need an email marketing tool, they also have landing pages that you can create for your digital products. If you have a podcast, if you're launching something new, you can set up the landing page, collect emails, and it'll automatically straight download into your actual Mailchimp email list. Also, I love this because if you're coming from another email platform like ConvertKit, I can't remember other ones like not Webinar Jam, I can't remember, but if you're coming from any outside email marketing programs, you're able to import your other, let me say this correctly, you're able to import your email list from that other platform into Mailchimp. So it makes it easier, so you can go ahead and just convert your list over and continue using email marketing as your way to reach out to your audience. The fourth one is kind of like a 2-for-1 deal just because they're specifically used for the same thing. It's going to be Square and PayPal. These are both services that allow you to use it for invoices, payroll, keep track of your expenses, your income, and things like that. I used PayPal before, but recently switched over to Square because Square has a lot more service things that I need, and also with a lot of these invoicing platforms, they do take a percentage out of your income that you receive or the payments that you receive before you deposit it into your account. I find that with PayPal, I think it does like 2.6%. Don't quote me on that. I would say do your own research because I can't remember. I think they recently changed it, versus Square does a lot less. So I thought it'd be good because I get my return on my investment. The only thing I don't like about PayPal is that you cannot create a website or a web page, which I actually love Square for because you can actually create a website attached to the Square account, which makes it easier. I don't think it's a full-blown website, but it's something general if you need something quick, like I'm creating a landing page and you're gonna place an order there, something like that. So I'm still exploring Square, but these are two great invoicing platforms that give you the room, specifically free, to set it up, whether you need to plug it into a boutique, if you need to send out invoices for services or anything like that. It's pretty easy to set up. And it's kind of self-explanatory too. These are also great because if you do have a website, a lot of them plug in PayPal and Square automatically. So that way when your customers or your clients do check out, they can just log in and go from there. So love these, great to start out when you have a new business. The fifth one is Acuity Scheduling. So Acuity Scheduling is a booking platform where specifically you can use this for your clients to schedule appointments with you, or if you have just any type of service that needs scheduling. Acuity Scheduling is a great platform. It is free as well. You're able to set up different services. You can put the prices in there, as well as if you need to do like an intake form for when they do when they do schedule appointments, it does that as well. I have had access to the upgraded version, which I think is like $10 a month, and it does give you more space for them to actually make a payment. So for example, if I'm having someone schedule a brand consultation and they need to make a payment after booking their appointment, they're able to go ahead and make a payment, which I think is a beautiful asset. So if you are looking for something that's easy to use for a booking platform, you can do that as well. Another thing that I upgraded for was because you're able to connect Zoom to it. So Zoom, if you conduct a lot of your consultations or your meetings via Zoom, it's great because you can connect Zoom to it and it'll automatically, like, let's say, okay, you scheduled a brand consultation, you made your payment, so now an email gets sent out as like a confirmation email. If you connect your Zoom, it'll automatically send the Zoom conference room number or the conference room link, so that way they already have the information and you don't have to worry about scheduling a meeting through Zoom or anything like that. So that's something that I like about Acuity. You can also connect your Square and your PayPal to take payments. So the things that I love about these free platforms are that you're able to interconnect them, whether it be Zoom, Mailchimp, to send out the emails and add that person to your email list. If you need to connect PayPal or Square, that way it automatically collects the payment or sends out an invoice, which is beautiful. A lot of these features are only used about the upgraded version, but the free one it's great as well. So if you don't need to do all the extra fancy stuff, or you're just starting out, maybe you're not able to invest right now, I think it's still a great platform to start taking your booking services, because it's a lot easy to use and simple for your client to understand. The next one is going to be Asana. Asana is a task management, I would say a platform for like if you have a team, or maybe just for yourself, if you just need a checklist and it's easier for you to kind of track what you need to get done for the week or for the month or for the day. It's a very great tool. It is free. Well, all of these tools are free. I don't know why I keep disclosing that, but it is a platform where you're able to assign tasks to yourself, assign tasks to your team members. You can also communicate through the actual platform. So it's pretty simple, really just a fancy way to have to-do lists in a database that's easy for people to communicate back and forth and keep track of the tasks starting and completing. Next we have Slack, which is a communication channel specifically for teams as well. They do have it mobily and online, same thing with Asana, but with Slack, this is kind of like a communication channel. So if you need something specifically for you and your team, maybe you have a group or some type of membership program and you have a group of people that you need to communicate with, Slack is great. You can create separate, so for example, let's say you have a membership, right? Your membership, I don't know, I'm just gonna say my agency, like Good Girl Magic's membership, but I have different groups of teams. Like maybe I have a marketing team, maybe I have a customer service team, so I can create separate channels under there for us to communicate. So I love it, perfect tool. I've used it with a lot of clients, and it just makes it easier to communicate back and forth outside of email, outside of text messages. It just keeps it all in one space, and it's easy to get a quick response. The next one is another 2-for-1, because these are content scheduling apps. Is Planoly and Buffer. Pretty much, I'll talk about content creation all the time, but you're able to schedule and plug in your content and it'll automate it for you, or it'll remind you that it's time to post. You can input your captions, graphics, and everything like that. I used to use Buffer, but I started recently using Planoly because Planoly, I like how it's set up. I think I talked about this recently in a Instagram planning video, so definitely check it out. I actually put it in the description where I take you guys through my process of creating content and scheduling it and kind of automating it. But Planoly I would actually absolutely suggest over Buffer. No shade, no tea, but I feel like for me, the way that Planoly is set up and the tools that they have in addition to be able to track like your insights or your analytics from Instagram, it shows you the best times to post, it shows you how many likes and how many interactions and how many people you're reaching. So it actually makes it easier for you to create the content as it pertains to, you know, how it's performing online. So I suggest Planoly. If you're starting out, maybe you don't need all the zhuzh, all the, you know, the fancy stuff. Buffer is a great as well. They're both very mobily friendly, so it's easy to use from your computer and from your phone. The next one is Airtable, which is a cloud database and spreadsheet to use to share with your clients and team members. When you think about like a database, it's like a spreadsheet. They have different formats, but this is really good. I use it for content planning, but it's also good if you need to, you know, I don't know, create tasks, whatever people use spreadsheets for. It's really good because you're able to create whatever you need to create in the database, share it with the client, share it with the team member, and they're able to interact. This is also good if you need to put tasks in there, because you can, you know, put little action steps that they need to take place. So definitely check out Airtable. It's kind of hard for me to explain because there's so many ins and outs and different ways to use it, but if you're looking for a database to actually, whether it's data entry or tracking your expenses or content planning, they have a lot of grids. They have calendars and stuff like that where it's easy to plan out stuff, whether it's, you know, maybe you have an event and you need to create a list of vendors. It's something that's easy to maintain online and everybody other than you can also have access to it. Next platform is a 2-for-1 is Squarespace and Wix. These of course are web design platforms where you're able to go in, create a website. The beautiful thing that I love about this is that they have templates. So specifically for whatever industry or style that you like, you can go ahead and automatically click the template, make your website. I don't suggest staying at the free level just because when it comes to being professional and branding, I encourage a lot of my clients as well to upgrade, because the upgrade will take out on the free version. It's great just starting out if you need that platform, maybe you can't afford to invest. But the thing I love about the advanced version is that you're able to connect your domain name. You're able to remove a lot of the ads that are on the website, but because it is free, they do still show the marketing for Wix. Speaking specifically to Wix, they show marketing just like it's saying created by Wix and stuff like that. But if you upgrade, you're actually able to have a cleaner look. Same thing with Squarespace. It's just you're able to connect your domain. You can also create like an email that says like your name at whatever your website name is, .com or .org, because it does make it a lot professional. But if you are just starting out and you're looking for an easy to use platform, easy to design, I definitely suggest starting with either Wix or Squarespace. Wix might be better because it's drag and drop, where Squarespace is a little bit more advanced. But I would definitely say check them out, see what works best for you, what fits your needs, and then kind of go from there. The next one is Google services. When I talk about Google services, it's Google Sheets, Google Docs. What else do I have up here? Emails, Google Drive, Google Slides. Google in general is just like the best free hub when it comes to organizing and managing your business. Free email services, free, because a lot of us use, well, I don't know, in school I started using Google Docs because I couldn't afford Microsoft Word unless I was like in the library, but it didn't even convert on my computer because I had like an old HP. But Google Docs is the GOAT. Like anything you need for a document, whatever, do it. They have Google Forms. This is great if you need to do like different surveys or questionnaires with your clients and your business in general. Also, Google Sheets is just like another Excel spreadsheet instead of investing in Microsoft Excel. And then also Google Drive is very good because it's almost like a cloud, like iCloud, but you're able to store like all of your files and things like that in the Google Drive, whether it's Google Sheets, whether they're PDFs, whether they're Microsoft Word, not Microsoft Word, Google Docs, anything connected to Google, you're able to save in there. Also, Google Slides is very good as well. I haven't used this much because I was used to PowerPoint in school, but it's honestly just PowerPoint. Like, it's online. You don't need to download it to your computer. You can create a slideshow, a presentation if you're doing a webinar. So I would definitely say tap into Google instead of investing in these things like Microsoft in general, because I'm not, no shade, but Microsoft is expensive. A lot of the computers that you might buy, if you have an HP, they give you a free year, but they don't tell you that after the year is expired that you have to continue to renew it. And then I guess it's just really expensive. So I would definitely say tap into Google services all around, take advantage of them and just see what you can get, because no need to, you know, buy different stuff. And the beautiful thing too, a lot of people talk about Microsoft Word, but Google Docs you can honestly save as a Word doc or as a PDF in different formats that convert over to other people's computers or other people's formats that they need. So that's the thing that I love about Google. Another thing, the next thing is actually also connected to Google, is Google Voice. Google Voice is pretty much a way for you to create yourself in your own phone line outside of your actual personal phone number, so it's easier to have a phone number connected to your business. This is something that I use to communicate with my clients because me personally, I don't want to give out my personal phone number just to create boundaries. And Google Voice, they give you a number. It could be within your area code. You can choose your own phone number, and then it also allows you to make calls and text. I think your contacts also convert over, so it's a good way just to have your business phone number. It's more professional. You can put it on your website, anything like that, so that way you're able to communicate with your clients and your customers directly. The next thing I would say is the next tool, is a podcasting platform called Anchor FM. This is, well, I guess you could say this helps you manage your business. So this is specifically if you do have a podcast, or if you do just produce audio content that you would like to be published online. Anchor FM is like the best thing ever. I previously was using WordPress for my website and for my podcast platform, but I found it very difficult, not to use, but when I wanted to distribute my podcast over various platforms, it was very timely. But when it comes to Anchor, you can actually record your actual podcast up there, edit it, you can add in different sound bites, you can create your intro and then publish it up there. Then once you do that, it's going to distribute you across a lot of platforms. Let me see if I can actually look up, because I don't want to steer y'all wrong, what platforms they put it on. Because if you've ever had a podcast or just researching it, the main thing that you want to do is give people unlimited access to listen to your podcast on different platforms. And they do it for you, because what I find is that when you do start a podcast, when I use WordPress, I had to actually individually go to each platform that hosts podcasts and actually request to be up there myself, versus on Anchor they do all the back work for you. Literally the only thing you have to do is record, edit, and do what you need to do. If you do record on a different program or software and do your editing that way, you can upload it as well. You're also able to do ads. So ads is a good way to make money on a podcast, and so they also have their own individual ads that you could use, or that you can engage with different vendors that are looking for ad space on podcasts, which is awesome as well. So it allows you to make money, it tracks it, it also tracks your episode performance. All right, so these are the platforms that it distributes your podcast on: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. There's other ones like Radio Public, Breaker, Overcast. I don't really know much about those, but basically also Spotify. So basically it distributes your podcast across all these platforms, so it gives people the ability to listen to your podcast whatever app they're using and wherever they are in the world. So it's great, and it also gives you feedback on who is listening, how many people listen, where they are in the world, and things like that. So, y'all, this video long. If you sticking with me, I appreciate you. Definitely head over to the comments, leave me a comment if you're still watching. If so, let me know what kind of apps y'all want to let me know which one of these tools that you guys plan on using. If you have any suggestions of tools maybe that I haven't mentioned yet, definitely drop them in the comments so we can share the tea with everyone else, and you know, get some free stuff to start managing your business, because managing your business can be very pricey, but free is the best way to go, especially when you're starting out. So the second to last is iMovie. So if you are a person who edits videos, this is specifically for people who have Apple products, iMacs, Macbooks. This is a good way to edit your videos. Definitely free. It's how I do most of my videos. I don't need nothing fancy smanchy. I'm just starting out. So iMovie is great. Lastly, this is another 2-for-1. These are basically link in bio pages. So if you go to Instagram and you see the link in their bios, I think a lot of people are familiar with this, but Linktree and Milkshake pretty much are pages that you can create to connect to your Instagram. So when you click it, you have links to your social media pages, to your website, to whatever you're selling, and you can present it in a way that reflects your brand. So they're free, easy to use. I wouldn't even suggest upgrading, because why? It's awesome just from what you get on the free version. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the 15 free tools for organizing and managing your business. I do use these, so I can definitely vouch 100%. I hope I got most of them. If I do think of any other ones, I'll definitely drop them in the comments. If you do have any other ones to share, if you have any reviews on them as well, just let me know. I definitely put links as well in the description, so that way you guys can go directly to these platforms and kind of check them out yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I still want to kind of continue to kind of get suggested topics that you guys want to hear about, because I think I want to give you guys what you want and what you need. So if you're definitely looking to give me advice on what you want to hear, give me feedback on what you want to hear, definitely shoot me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next video.